Really? I mean, you're not going to see anything done. It's just bound to happen. Marjorie, she's in a portfolio. She found. How did you third grade move forward? James is pretty cool.
All right, all right, all right. What's up, everybody? Welcome to the OverDrive third gear. Shout out to everybody in the chat that's showing up. I am the host, Mr. Max Black. Shout out to the Black Superman in the building, Mr. Charles Faulkner Jr. Woo! My brother Chaos and my strong people's Christine Williams. What's going on, everybody? Give it a few more minutes, let everybody get in here, then I'm going to go on an epic rant about this Harriet WhatMaN movie, which is an absolute disgrace to Black people, and I am tired of these kinds of movies. And I'm gonna say this. I'm gonna say this one more time. Uh, I'm gonna say this to Black women, and I'm trying to hold off to wait for some more y'all to get in here because y'all got to understand something. You know, what's being done to your image. Okay, these feminists are destroying the image of Black women. Y'all need to understand that. This is a war, and it's not just against Black men. It's against Black women as well. These feminists do not identify as Black women. They identify as LGBT. They are with the homosexual agenda. They don't consider themselves Black. Hell, they think they are a whole other race. They have no empathy or feelings for you. If they did, they wouldn't be doing the things that they do. All of these atrocities that they are committing, getting these abominations that they call laws passed in the name and the image of Black women. And, you know, Black women, look, I love you with all my heart. There won't be a soul on YouTube that knows Maximum Black, right? That will tell you I don't love Black women. As a matter of fact, I get called a simp 24 hours because I love and respect Black women, right? But as much as I love you, I'm gonna tell you, y'all better start doing something to push back against these feminists. Okay? Y'all better stop taking this shit lying down. They are murdering your image, and they're not with you. If you don't start pushing back against these feminists, they're going to create an image of you that is so grotesque, foul, repugnant, and repulsive that people are going to detest your very existence. And when that happens, forget about Black men protecting you. There won't be an army that will be capable of protecting you no matter where you may go in this world. Y'all need to stop taking it. This movie was horrible. And y'all should be angry that they took a woman that's heroic as Harriet Tubman and basically turned her into a man-hating feminist. This movie was about hating Black men and empowering feminist women. They turned Harriet Tubman into a feminist, a man-hating feminist. Let me get started. You know, the first thing, right, Charles, it's time for Black women to start pushing back against it. It's your image on the line, Black women. They don't care anything for you or us. They mean you no good. They mean you every bit of harm. They don't care nothing about your image. They don't identify as Black women. They identify as LGBT, whatever the F that is. Homosexual. They identify with the homosexual society. They don't care nothing about destroying your image. You mean nothing to them. They don't have any love for Black love. They don't have any feelings for Black love, for the union between Black men and Black women and children. They could care. As a matter of fact, they hate that. They hate children. They hate me, they hate you, they hate our children. And Black women need to stop supporting this type of crap and stop sitting up here talking about, oh, they did the darn thing. Oh, they did the darn thing, all right. They did it to you. You need to start taking this seriously. They are destroying your image. They're making you look bad all around the world. They're putting this stuff on big screens. Should be upset. It's like I said before, Black women should be upset with the Black Panther movie, and they should be hella upset with this one right here. Let's get into the movie. First of all, the first thing I noticed about the movie when it came on, right? Hold on 1 second. Let's see if anybody's in it. The first thing I noticed about the movie when it came on, there were two types of Negro males in the beginning, right? There were these kowtowing, weak ass, sniveling, conforming, bending over at the knees type males. And then you had the hard-nosed, rebellious, right? So-called toxic masculinity males. These were the Negroes that was willing to get with it, right? They was willing to fight, they was willing to do with it. But the Black women were standing with the kowtowing weak Negroes. Whenever one of the hard Negroes who wanted to fight and all, who had the courage, said something, they responded to him in the most negative fashion that you can possibly think of. I mean, they looked at these Negroes like they were from Mars. Like, Negro, get out of here. You got the cooties. You too masculine. You a toxic masculinity. You don't like the white man. I can't be around you. Oh, they want nothing to do with them Negro, but them kowtowing, buck dancing, broke at the knee Negroes that's licking boots. Oh, they over there hand in hand, arm in arm with them Negroes. So that's the first thing I noticed that was fucked up. But then the second time, when they was at that master's house, and Harriet and her husband, first of all, her husband was a bum. Let's just get that out there, okay? He was a punk. Okay? Her husband was a punk. Let's be clear about that. So when they went up there and asked this master, first of all, I'm not asking no white man can I get married to my woman. Okay, so when they went up to the master's house, now you got this old crinkly slave master sitting up there with his broke down wife and his son. No protection around, right? I counted 9 to 10 brawly ass Negroes standing around. Not no skimpy Negroes, not no backslide Negroes, brawly Negroes, Negroes who look like they can handle business. And when she told that white man, she said, hey, I don't want my baby to be born as a slave. Man, that old crinkling Colonel Sanders said to her, he said, look, your daddy may be free, but you and your husband belong to me, and your babies belong to me, and your baby's baby belong to me. How come nobody ain't do nothing after that? I mean, at that point, right? At that point, right, it's time to do something. You went to that white man, you said you want to be free. He told you, hell no. Now you got 8 to 9 brawly Negroes standing around, and nobody did nothing. How come nobody didn't try to separate that white man's head from his shoulders? He didn't have no protection. You got these brawling Negroes standing around and look like they carry, hay, bales of hay for a living, just standing there, accepting it. How the hell you gonna let a woman, right, get the courage up to lead a rebellion and go free some slaves when all you brawling niggas standing there, ain't nobody did nothing? She tracked 100 miles each way on foot to free slaves. The first time she went back to get a whole bunch of men. And ain't nobody took the lead from her and said, you know what, okay, sis, thanks for getting us out here. We got it now. We got your back. You tell us where to go. You point the way, we'll lead the way. You want our protection now. We got it. We with you. Man, them Negroes, not only were they afraid, right, but that one dude that tried to test her. Now, she had the burner on her at that time because she got it from that girl over there in Philadelphia, the one that played Janelle Monáe, her character, right? She the one that gave her the burner. Oh, I'm sorry if there's spoilers in here. I'm sorry if you didn't see the movie. I'm sorry, it's going to be some spoilers. All right, I don't mean to do it, but I can't really review the movie without revealing a few spoilers. Okay. Now she had the burn on, and now, let me tell you something. They watered Harriet Tubman down in this movie because in the real story, right, she was smoking Negroes. Now, when he challenged her down at that lake, and she pulled out that gun and pulled it on him, right? He said, "Go ahead and shoot me then." She ain't do nothing. She turned around and walked through that lake. They made the men in this movie look as cowardly as they possibly could. I mean, I ain't never seen a movie where the white man had a nigga so shook. I mean, shook badly. You got some old half-baked, weak-ass, pale-faced cracker running down on big, burly Negroes. Hard-hitting looking Negroes. Shaking them out of their boots. And then the brothers that was in the movie that looked like they were with it, they were shunned. I'm sorry, Shaw. This is a brand on the movie. I'm trying not to say the whole thing, but man, it's kind of hard to do the review without revealing some of the movie. I mean, the movie was atrocious. It's it's a bunch of feminine BS. It's man-hating BS. And then the thing about it was, to me, the only cold thing about it was the ending. Now, I give her credit for what she did. Here's what I got a problem with, though. How the hell does she track 100 miles each way on foot? Now, I'm thinking maybe they left this up to our imagination. Maybe at some point they had to stop, right? Well, they had Whitey on their ass, so where did they stop? Matter of fact, they had Whitey and Negro on there. They had some Negro, some old bounty hunter Negro running through there talking about he ready to kill his black bitch. And he had as many snitches and as much resources as Whitey had, if not more. He knew more about where they were going than the white people knew. I'm trying to figure out where did they stop at? Did they stop to eat to drink water? How do you tracking 100? It's a 200-mile trip round trip. Nobody was exhausted. Nobody was out of breath. Nobody looked like they had just walked or ran 100 miles. And let me tell you something, they wasn't walking. They were running. They were on that Forrest Gump. They were running because they were being chased 100 miles each way. You had old folks, broken down slaves who been beat up and the hips out of place. You run 100 miles? Hopefully they left it up to our imagination that at some point they went and got some water or something. Somebody went and got something to eat and got some sleep. But I find that hard to believe when they had white dead on their ass. I am sick of these kinds of movies. Black people need to be tired of these kinds, and we need to start holding the Black people who play these roles accountable. How do you hold them accountable? Stop buying tickets. Stop purchasing their merchandise. And let them know why. Look, I'm not buying nothing from you. I'm not supporting anything from you until you stop playing a slave. Now, I don't know where they got these Negroes from. These Negroes in this movie look like they didn't know how to play slaves. Maybe there's something to be said for that, but these weren't your typical slave Negroes. They pretty much came across like they didn't know how to play a slave. And then the writer or whatever author going to sit up and talking about this is not a slave movie, even though there were slaves all over the place. Even though they were singing Negro spirituals all throughout the movie, which nearly made me physically sick. And I just can't get over the way they had the Black women reacting to the different type of male slaves that was clearly in this movie. You had the Huck, Buck, Brawly Negro, right, who was Mr. Masculinity. Well, I guess he was toxic masculinity because he was a buck that wasn't having it. He ready to go fight. It ain't what had to do with him. But this kowtowing house Negro, broken knee Negro, oh, they were all, they were arming all, they marrying them niggas. Harriet's husband was now. See, I want to talk about this one scene, but then again, I'll spoil it. But when she came back and she came to free her husband, that was some wild shit that they fucking wrote into that movie. They made that man look like a piece of shit. Even though what he did, right, was understandable, they turned her into an unreasonable woman who had no understanding of reality. The man thought she was dead. Okay? When she left and ran away and they were chasing her, they had the hounds on her, and she jumped off that cliff, word came back that she was dead. He thought she was dead. So he went on and married another woman after he mourned her, and they did their little thing, thinking she was dead. He went on and married another woman. He came back to free him. He tried to tell her what was going on. He wasn't trying to hear nothing. And she left him behind. He said, hey, I've got a wife now. He said, I'm your wife. He said, I thought you was dead. I mourned you. I buried you. I thought you was gone. So I got me another wife. I was lonely. Man, he wasn't trying to hear none of that. Now, I hate to do this, but if the shoe was on the other foot, right, that would have been understandable. If a woman would have done that, she would have moved on, thought her husband was dead, right? It moved on. Everybody would be cool with that. And you know that's true. He did it. He was the worst person, or they made him out to be the worst nigga that ever walked this earth. And I'm not exaggerating. If there was ever a bad human being that was worse than any other human being in history, he was it for that moment. Shout out to Sin G. Thanks for showing up. Yeah, Cynthia, I'm just ranting about the movie. Unbelievable. And then my thing is too, right? How about this? She came back to free the slave. Her husband was a slave. Well, her ex-husband, right? But because she found out that he with another woman because she thought she was dead, she left his ass and the woman behind. And went and got everybody else. And never came back for him. Let's get this straight. She never came back for him. She went and freed everybody else but him and his new wife. He was never in the batch of slaves that she went back to. No matter how many times she went back to get them, again, tracking 100 miles each way. Like she Jackie Joyner Kersey or somebody, 100 miles each way, right? Never picked up her ex-husband and his wife. They were never in any of the slave groups. So she never came back and got him free. Now, I don't know if that's an accurate depiction of what really happened in real life with Harriet Tubman. I'm assuming that that's some kind of something they made up along the way, because most of the movie, if not the whole movie, was actually made up. Okay. A lot of those characters didn't even exist. Like there was no bounty hunter. I don't know what character, whatever her name is, Monet. I don't know who that is. What character she played. Yeah, Cynthia, I agree with that. But I think the movie was made up. I think they did that to try to push some kind of. And you know what I think they're targeting with this movie. I think they're targeting the young generation. I think they're targeting the younger Black women, the younger women and the younger men. They want these men to be kowtow, weak, and sniffling, and they want the women to be hard and bossy and yes, yeah, exactly, right. Ancient Egyptians, right? Yes. Now, Harriet Tubman in the movie, I give her props. She was cold. She was cold blooded. Now, I don't mean that in a bad way. Okay, she's a cold blooded sister. Okay, anybody that had the courage to do what she did, I can't do nothing but respect. But the way they had her doing it, though, I had a problem with. A big problem with. First of all, I can't get over the distance that she was traveling. 100 miles is hard on foot. And you're talking about a round trip. So that's 200 miles. Nobody was worn out. She wasn't worn out. She showed no signs of fatigue. None of the slaves showed any signs of fatigue, even the old people. And they had babies with them too. Everybody showed up in Philadelphia fresh, fresh like they just woke up the day before. And then, of course, they did the typical black male leadership is basically non-existent, right? Because when they got there to Philadelphia, the guy that was in charge, right? He may as well not have been in charge because once Harriet got there, right? His authority ended. Once she told him that you don't tell me what to do, that was the end of his authority. Even when he tried to tell her that it was dangerous going back, he wasn't trying to hear none of that. Okay, she didn't listen to him about nothing. But my problem was she went back to get the slaves, right? She always freed more men than she freed women. And the men that she was freeing were cowardly. He didn't go back and get one of them strong bucks, man, who was with it, who was willing to fight. These dudes were cowardly. Cowardly. I'm surprised she didn't shoot most of them. It seemed like they wanted to get across that weak, effeminate, cowtown, broke knee, bent over male. They wanted to get that image across. Okay, they were interested in bringing that kind of. She went back to free that kind of male. Hold on, let me. What's up, crew? Yeah, she went and freed that kind of male. This weak male, the ones who were standing there when she wanted to be free in the first place, and she didn't want her children to be free, right? And you had them big, brawly Negroes standing over there after that old crinkling cracker said, "You are mine, your kids is mine, and their kids is mine." At that point, his head should have been separated from his body. All of them brawly niggas standing there, and he didn't have no protection. And the cowardly niggas that was standing there, those are the ones she went back to free. Almost every batch of Negroes that she picked up was a bunch of cowardly niggas. The one brawly nigga that she brought with him that really had some courage about it, he was the one that challenged her and she pulled the gun out on. They made sure that they turned that nigga against her. So the last image you saw, right, of any kind of courage or masculinity out of those male slaves was negative against Black women. They made sure that was the last image you saw of that type of Negro. The one who was masculine, the one who was willing to lay his life down, the big brawly Negro, the big haystack carrying Negro. The one look like he gonna knock somebody out. The one look like he ain't afraid of master, right? They made sure that he was a negative influence on a Black woman. And they made sure that was the last image you saw of that type of Negro being extremely negative towards the black. She had to pull a gun out on him. And then after that, she didn't go back and free none of them kind of Negroes. All of the Negroes going forward, the male Negroes that she freed going forward, was all cowardly and cowtown and house niggas. Like I said, I'm surprised she didn't shoot half of them on the way over. They made sure that those was the only type of Negroes that she freed. Okay? Because they were used to being cowardly and weak. So they weren't going to challenge her, right? They made sure that that kind of image of black men, of a black man came through loud and clear.
Hello?
Yeah, what's up, Chaos?
Let me say something, man. From what I'm hearing so far, and I just tuned into your stream, Max, from what you're telling, and did you watch the movie? Or you just hearing rumors about it?
Yes, I watched it twice.
So we could say that in regards to spoilers, no black person should waste their... Matter of fact, I would tell you, spill all the beans now. Because I already got my doubts on that movie, and a lot of people were talking about it and they want to support it. So it'd be fair to spill the beans now, because no person should really support that movie anyway, because number one, the actor that played Harriet WhatMaN is not even a descendant of slave here in America. It's some foreign black from Europe, particularly Nigeria. Number two.
Yeah, I figured she was an African woman, yeah.
Yeah, number two, I heard the movie was produced by Comcast, the same motherfuckers that's trying to remove your rights that was stripped there from 1866 right now with Byron Allen next week. And the other, it was coming from their perspective of how our people used to deal with them back in slavery. You definitely should not even support that shit, because you know they're gonna tell a whole bunch of bullshit and lie. Let me tell you something. She killed enough slaves, the ones that didn't want to go and follow fruit. You get me?
Uh-huh.
I want people to get it clear, because it's like this. If you had a choice to go right back to your oppressor, you think it'd be wise to let you go back and after you know the route, how it got you here?
Mm-hmm.
I want people to use their goddamn common sense here. So wherever they were depicted on her in that relationship or that movie, I would say it better be some truth and it better be very little lie.
Well, I have to go back and reread it, because I need to know the real distance that they travel. Because in the movie, she was traveling 100 miles each way on foot.
Well, to be honest with you, Max, think about it. Back in them days, there was two ways to travel: horse or foot, right?
Uh-huh.
And here's another thing: Harriet WhatMaN had a what's it called? That condition? Seizures, epileptic seizures, right?
Right.
Did you know when she goes into that seizure, she knows where to go after she recovers from the seizure? A brief seizure.
Yeah, well,
you know that?
Yeah, well, they call that talking to God. Yeah, in the movie.
No, she's not. She was actually connected to the answers. They were guiding her all the way through to guide those people through the railroad. So that right there, it dispels the myth about saying black people are not spiritual. I hear a lot of these fuckboy atheists said, yes, it does work and it exists. The problem is, the problem with a lot of people, they try to tell people, condition people, say that shit don't exist, because our people use it to the full ability to weed themselves not only to operate in life, but weed themselves out of oppression. So I want people to get it clear that shit does exist, and some people have the capability to do it even now, today. Hell, little children can still talk to people that are what we call earthbound.
Right.
What's the first thing they do when they tell their adults? Something wrong with you. You're this and that. And eventually what happens to the child after they get to certain age? They stop seeing them.
Right, but listen, I don't want to get too far into that. What I want to do, I want to stay on the right.
I feel
what I'm saying is, let's talk about the trip for a second, right? You see, the problem I had with the whole trip, right? Not that she only freed a certain type of male Negro. Okay? Remember, if you if you was here in the beginning of my rant, I started it out by saying in the beginning, right? The first thing I saw that was an issue right off the bat was there was two types of Negro slaves. And I'm not talking about house nigga and field nigga. There was two types, right? There was the Cowtown type, and there was the masculine, whatever. I guess you want to call him a field nigga, house nigga, whatever, right? Okay. The hard niggas, the ones that was with it, right? The women reacted to them as if they came from Mars, bro. They didn't want to have nothing to do with them. They reacted to them in the most negative way that you can imagine. But the ones who were kowtowing and licking boots, oh, they was hand in hand with it. They were marrying them Negroes. And those were the same weak Negroes that was standing up there on that slave master's porch, right? That was with Harriet when she told that man that she wanted to be free. Now she didn't have no hard niggas, the brawly niggas, right? They wasn't up there with her. It was them weak Cowtown niggas, the most no good Negro singing, knee-bending Negroes up there with her. So when he told her, no, I ain't freeing nobody, and your kids are mine, and your kids are mine, right? Them Negroes didn't do nothing, man. No wonder they set it up for her to rebel and run away. Because the Negroes that was backing her up were weak.
Yeah. Oh, yeah. Yeah. That's the condition.
They were weak.
That's the condition. Yeah. Get the mind, and you have to worry about the body.
Man, that old crinkling Colonel Sanders looking dude, he didn't have no protection around him. When he said that I ain't freeing nothing, they should have separated his head from his body. They didn't do nothing. And then again, her husband, right? Yeah. Harriet got away the first time, and when she jumped off that cliff, they left her for dead. Word came back that she was dead, right?
Yeah.
So her husband mourned and he moved on. When she came back to free the slave, the first guy she came back with her husband, right? When she found out that he was with another woman, he was married, right? Because he thought she was dead, she left that nigga behind and never came back for him again. Never came back for him. Left him and his woman behind and their kid. Because she couldn't understand the fact that he thought she was dead and he moved on. Now, had that been a female, that would have been understood. Because he was a male, they made it out to look in the movie like he was the worst person on earth, right? And that he didn't deserve to be freed by her efforts. So she never came back to get him. I thought that was cold as hell. And not only that, the broadly Negro who really had some courage about himself, they turned him against her in the movie. So she never came back and freed none of them as well. The one Negro that she did bring with her that was really about it, that was about that life, they got into it. She pulled the gun out on him, right? And was about to shoot him, right? And he said, well, go on and kill me. They're going to shoot me then. She turned her back on him and then she walked into that lake. And then the rest of them followed, right? After that, she ain't bring another brawly, masculine nigga with her on her campaign. All of them niggas was kowtowing and cowards. I can make a case that in that movie, all she came back to free was house niggas. That's it.
Really?
That's all she came
really?
Back. Yeah.
Free house niggas, not one warrior.
That's all she came back for.
Yeah, man. I tell you, Max, these films and movies are very dangerous, man. That's the consequence. This is the consequence when we don't run and control enough of these production of our image. And
hold on. Let me finish before you guys.
Yeah, go to I'm gonna step away from it. You go do your thing. I have to handle it.
Yeah. Welcome to the show, Charles Faulkner Jr. Woo! But listen, this is the way it looked to me in the movie that all she came back to free was house niggas and weak niggas, right? That had no problem with a woman leading. Let me tell you something. When she had a bunch of niggas around her that she was leading to freedom, none of them Negroes had a problem being led by a woman. None of them thought that there was nothing wrong that this woman was leading all of these burly men to safety. None of them had a problem with it. They were very comfortable. Lead on. They were very comfortable with it. And this is the kind of mentality that they wanted to. They did that on purpose. They wanted this type of weak mentality shown amongst Black men. Yeah, I don't know what she's talking about either. I have no idea what he's talking about. But yeah, but this is the kind of mentality they wanted to show weak Black men, okay? And like I said, it was no coincidence that she never went back to free the one with the so-called toxic masculinity because he was brave, okay? The brave ones got left behind. They stayed on the plantation. She didn't come back and free nothing. Not in the movie, she didn't.
So here's the kickoff now. It's getting again following the equal return for Storm.
The only one she came back for in the movies were house niggas.
Woo!
Woo! The Black Superman in the house.
I don't think you want to know my opinion about this.
I do. Go, Charles, go, man. Don't even hold back, bro. I'm triggered as all get out. Don't even hold back, bro.
I'm so tired of all this bullshit feminist rhetoric that never historically fucking happened. The Underground Railroad was a partnership of Black men and Black women to get the fuck out of Dodge. Okay, like we had states like stash houses full of food, hiding places, and headquarters. So it's so funny how they want to make it look like, well, if that Negro is using masculinity, you shouldn't be around him. He's not a good leader. But the agreeable man, the weak man, is the man you go and you deal with.
Exactly. And those are the ones she went back to free.
But the man who tucks his balls and his dick under his ass, you leave him alone. You go pick him up. But the man who actually walks around like he got a pair, oh, he's toxic. Toxic masculinity doesn't have a damn thing to do with Black people. So I wish we stopped trying to act like we faking a funk with it.
And
So,
Ruka, Black Blazer, there's the link. You can come up here and we can get with what you're talking about. You ain't got to type it in chat. There's the link right there. Go ahead, Charles. Charles, you there?
I'm still here.
Go ahead, Charles. My bad. I was it looks like Roka has a lot to say to chat. I was giving him or her the link. Come on up here and go ahead, Charles.
I was just trying to figure out what she had to say. See, this is the point in
Talking about
principle. See, this is the point in principle that they want to ruin the relationship of Black men and Black women like we never fought for our fucking freedom.
Yep.
We just took it on the air. We just took it without any repercussions. No. I wish motherfuckers would actually read a real history book or how to do a little bit of research in their fucking life. So they trying to say this woman-hating agenda who, yes, you could tell, the Queen Mother Harriet, she actually loved her men and went back to get her men, not a bunch of kiss ass men either. And there were men who also took charge of the Underground Railroad. She wasn't just the only one doing it. She even made a quote. She would free 1,000 more if they actually knew that they were slaves.
Yeah.
So I'm still a little baffled on how the hell they're trying to make this into a feminist hero. When she was really anti-feminist. There's an old saying, if anybody agrees with that feminist logic and rhetoric, fuck you too.
Nah, they turned her into a feminist, bro.
Mm.
And the thing about it, Phil James, no, I don't even think it was a matter of who was smart or whatever. I think it was a matter of the image that they're trying to portray about black men and black women.
We're not.
They went out their way to make sure that certain black men look like a problem and certain other black men that were accepted. The weak black males who were agreeable to white supremacy or white dominance or whatever, and okay with a woman's rulership, those are the ones that the women were clinging to them and marrying them or whatever. But the buck niggas, the broly niggas that was about that life, that was willing to fight or whatever, oh, they were toxic. They were treated like they were the bubonic plague, like they were Martians or something that came from another planet.
Okay, let's get this notion out straight.
Uh-huh.
Do you know how many inventions black people made during slavery? Especially black men. So it ain't about being smarter. It's about opportunity. If you have the opportunity to escape, you escape. If you don't, you plot your escape. So it's not about being smarter because a lot of this shit you got to remember is dramatized. So they're not even going off the history books. They're like, oh, we're just going to get this image of a strong black woman. If it was true, tell the real fucking story.
Yeah, I mean, but actually, check this out. She was the strongest one out there, the one she was leading, to freedom, because the niggas that she was leading were cowards.
And I hate the fact of the matter they portray black men as cowardly in these movies. Like there are so many. This is the reason why I would get upset when they talk about joining the white man's army. No, motherfucker, if you actually study history, it's your fucking army more than the white man's. Goddamn idiots.
Mm-hmm. Hey, whatever your name is, I don't know how to pronounce the name, Ruka or Rika, Black Blazer. The link is in the chat. You can come on up here and talk. You ain't got to be in the chat typing forever. Okay?
I mean, somebody typing like, Bible verses and shit in the chat,
Yeah. And you know another thing too I saw, Charles? They made sure they had that Bible out front and center too. And these niggas is singing, old nigga, man, let me tell you something. The singing in the movie made me physically sick. Every time there was a situation, niggas was weak in singing. And then the buck Negroes with the masculinity who wasn't trying to hear that, right? They kept them somewhere out of sight, didn't want to be bothered with them. Everybody was shunning them. It was all about this agreeable, weak in the knee Negro that everybody was embracing.
Because that's the Negro that's supposed to be the most agreeable male. That's the one that they want to make women think this is the real masculinity. Last time I checked, women do not determine masculinity. So yeah.
Mm-hmm. And like I said, Charles,
just
the
like
guy,
two females with
listen,
behavior.
The one man that challenged her leadership, right, which I was waiting for some man to do, right, when she went back and freed all of those men.
Just like men, women are not attracted to men with feminine behavior.
Right. The man that was willing to challenge her leadership, challenge her for the leadership, because he being the man, right? He's a natural born leader. He challenged her, they turned it into a negative thing, like he was opposing her, like he wanted to fight her or whatever. He was doing what comes natural to men. He was challenging her for leadership because he's a natural leader. He said, okay, you got us this far, I'll take the lead. Okay, you point the way, I'll lead the way, okay? He was a natural leader. She pulled a gun out on him. And they made sure that that's the last image you saw of a man willing to step up and be a true leader. They made sure that they made that image look bad. She pulled a gun out on that Negro. Look, I can't tell nobody what to do, Simply Unique, but I wouldn't spend a dime on this. This is absolute trash. And this make a lot of Black women look bad too. Okay? This make Black women look bad. That's what I was trying to tell y'all before. Feminists ain't y'all friends. They don't care nothing about y'all. They don't even identify as Black women. They only identify as Black women when they're trying to get some abomination type law passed or you know, some type of atrocity they're trying to get committed. That's the only time they identify with, you know, with being a Black woman, but they really identify with LGBT. As a matter of fact, they think they're a whole other race. They don't identify with the Black race. They don't care nothing about you, me, or you know, our children. But they're destroying the image of the Black woman. You know, they're making y'all look bad. They hate us. They hate you too. They ain't got no love for y'all. Not unless you LGBT or you some kind of homosexual or whatever. They don't identify with y'all. Like I said, they only identify with Black when they want to get some crazy law passed in their favor. Like being able to terminate a pregnancy even if the baby comes out alive. Because you see, they hate children. You ain't gotta take my word for it. Go read Bell Hooks and all of them. They hate children. Why do you think they want to be able to terminate in some cases, they want to be able to terminate the pregnancy up into the child, to the child of 5 years old. They want to extend it, to the age of 5. Now, what's that? That's murder. That's clear murder. You want to be able to distinguish a child's life up to the age of 5? That's what these crazy women are about. I bet y'all, I didn't know you had fell off. That's what these crazy women are about. And they make these movies in the image of Black women because they want the world to see you in the worst light possible. They want to get it to the point where your very existence, right, can't even be tolerated by anybody, no matter where you are in this world. Because again, they don't identify as you. They only do that, okay, when it suits them. They identify with LGBT in a homosexual society, who happen to think that they're a whole other race aside from Black people. I mean, they've gotten to the point now where they LGBT first. Gay first, gay pride. They don't even identify with Black anymore. So no, they ain't your friend. They ain't down with you. They're against you. What was that? Is that something that yeah, so you know, winding down and you know, the movie, man, like I said, it was the worst movie I've seen in quite some time. And I don't think any of the movie was true, except for the fact that Harry did free slaves. But the way they did it up, they had their own agenda about it. They had the woman running 100 miles back and forth. Okay, which I got to go back and look at. I haven't read the story in a while. I should have read the story a little bit before I even came on here because the 100-mile thing really got me tripping. Okay, you running a, first of all, you a slave, right? You tracking it, and let me tell you something, they wasn't walking the whole time. Most of the time they were running because Whitey was on their ass with horses. So you running 100 miles, where's the food, where's the water? Maybe they left it up to our imagination. I don't know how many, I don't think they're gonna do any of that, James. Yeah, we have to stop, supporting these kind of movies. And the actors too. The actors got to feel it, man. You get caught doing some old crazy role like this, we don't support you. We don't buy none of your merchandise. We don't come and watch none of your movies. We don't buy no DVDs, no Blu-rays, no nothing with your name on it. They have to understand that we have had enough of this, man. I still don't know where they got that bounty hunter from. I don't know what part of the Harriet Tubman story, okay, where the bounty hunter fits in.
Yo, Max, can you hear me?
Yeah.
Hold on, I'm gonna go back. I'm gonna go out and come back in to get some sound.
Okay. Galaxy 14. Galaxy J4, I'm sorry. Welcome to the panel. Yes, and they succeeded. I mean, the black men in this movie were awful. They were weak. They were pathetic. Even the one that was so-called in charge in Philadelphia, she overran him too. And like I said, the ones she went back to get, they were house niggas. The burly ones that was about that life, she made sure she didn't free none of them. Or that's the way they wrote it in the script. They didn't free none of them, and she left her husband behind. She never came back to get him either. Once she found out that he was with another, he got married because she thought she was dead, because when she left and they were chasing her, she jumped off that cliff. They left her for dead. They even came back with word that she was dead. He thought she was dead. He mourned her and everything, and he moved on. He didn't cheat on her or anything. Once she found that out, she was unreasonable, left him behind, never came back to get him. Never came back. He never got free. And then once that one man that showed some leadership to challenge her leadership, because no real man is going to let a woman, okay, get out front and deal with those kind of elements, okay? It's supposed to be a natural instinct of a man to take over and to protect the women. They turned him into, they turned him dead set against her. They made her pull a gun out on him. And then he made sure she didn't go back and get none of them so-called toxic masculinity Negroes. All of the Negroes that she led to safety were house niggas, at least in the movie. I'm not saying in the real story. I'm talking about the garbage they put in this movie. Those were house Negroes. None of the Negroes was ready to buck. All of the buck Negroes got left.
Well, that was purposely done.
Yeah.
That was purposely done to make. They always attack the image.
Yeah,
When do you think they'll ever give an image of a black man being a hero?
man, they succeeded, bro. They succeeded in this movie. I mean, this is one of the worst I've seen yet. I thought Black Panther was bad, but this right here is way beyond that.
Nah, Black Panther wasn't as bad because actually, but it's like, wow. You know, they will go out of their way to make you look bad in these movies.
I don't understand though, when the actors are taking these roles, can't they see the script?
Now they can see it.
What's going on?
You're not gonna get the role unless you're down with the program.
Oh, that's right. These must be foreign people. They said she's a foreign actress, right? The one that played Harriet WhatMaN, she must be yeah, she's got that Watusi. Yeah, she's a European African. Yeah, she's a European African woman. I'm looking at, she's not even an American black woman. Okay. Yeah, she's Nigerian. Yeah, man, Nigerians are always
You think that truly make a difference?
Yeah. You know what? Nigerians don't have no problem making fools out of us in the movie theater. They don't have no problem doing that whatsoever. They claim that they don't know nothing about our history, but don't have no problem making fools out of us in the movie theater. That's why I got a problem with a lot of these Africans and everybody talking about let's go back to Africa and all that. You know, all this African diaspora and Pan-African, man, get the F out. Miss me with all that.
You get no roles in Hollywood unless you're down for whatever they want you to do.
Hey, Galaxy J4, you got something to say? You can't just sit up here and not say anything. What you gonna do? I mean, I don't know you like that. So you just be sitting up here and saying nothing. What you gonna do? All right, listen, I'm gonna let you go. You come back when you're ready to talk. All right? When you're ready to talk, come back up on the panel. All right, anyway, yeah, go ahead, y'all. Yeah, so like I was saying, so try not to spoil it. There was other things I want to talk about, but I don't want to spoil it. Well, I really don't want nobody to go see the movie, but that's just my own personal. I can't stop nobody from seeing it. But if you asking me my suggestion, I wouldn't go see it. I wouldn't waste any money to go see it. Trash. Okay.
Like, I'm just convinced.
What happened, Ruffy? You couldn't make what work?
He probably didn't unmute himself.
What the was that you, G4? Ruffy, that was you? Black Blazer? What do you mean you can't? I mean, just click on the link. I don't understand why you can't. There's nothing wrong with the link. What is it telling you? Yeah, just click on the link right here. Hold on. Let me put it back in here. All right, just click on the link right there, bro. I mean, there's icons at the bottom, but you got video, you got mic. Unmute your mic. Just unmute your mic. Yeah, Charles. So what I was saying, man, this was an attempt to make black men look bad. And I don't understand what character did Janelle Monáe. I don't understand what character had to do in the movie.
Well, you know, she's a part of the LBGT community, so.
Yeah. Well, that's what the feminists identify. So this is what I was just saying, right? They're not a friend to black women. I don't know why some black women think that these feminists are their friends. They're not.
I mean, they fall for the shit.
They're not you either.
I mean, they fell for the shit like 3 times. What you expect?
Yeah, they don't identify as black women. They only identify as a black woman when they try to get some crazy law passed in their favor.
Pretty much.
Harriet was a huge. Well, like I said, $12, $13 million. That's not a huge box office success. Okay. So I don't know who's lying about that. Somebody's lying about that. Okay. Somebody's lying about that. 12, $13 million at the box office. That's not no huge success. I'm sad that they made that kind of money.
You know, I mean, guess what? I wouldn't be surprised.
That much.
I mean, how many black churches you saw go see about a busload of Passions of the Christ?
Yeah. He said that's their poker face article. Well, they're not doing pretty good with the poker face. You can read that one the whole way. But yeah, Charles, this is just another that division between black men and black women by feminists and the LGBT and this homosexual movement.
But how many black women do you see complaining about it? That's the most disturbing part.
They need to start it. I keep telling black women.
But that's like the Tyler Perry bullshit. When he was openly making fun of black women dressing up as a 6'5" black woman, loud, violent, and cantankerous, there was nothing that was made. There was nothing about that. There was nothing said. They made the man pretty much damn near a billionaire.
Yeah, man.
Like this. Are they really? Are too many of them really concerned? I mean, there's a few, but think about it. How many motherfuckers protest against the Nat Turner story only because of alleged rape that he was found actually acquitted of?
Yeah. It actually hurt that movie, didn't it? That movie didn't do well at all.
No, because of all that bullshit that they made up about the guy.
Yeah, man. That movie got hurt by behind that.
And then they're gonna bring up something that was like 10, 15 years ago. But the guy was in Red Wings. Nobody said shit about that, did they? But you gotta see the writing on the wall. When it's a black man in a powerful role, everybody's gotta come up with some type of propaganda and some mishaps.
Mm-hmm.
But when they have the strong black woman on the screen, nobody says shit, even if it's historically inaccurate.
Right.
What makes it crazy? Was she a strong woman? Yes. But she was damn sure not a feminist.
No, she wasn't. No, she definitely wasn't. And the thing about it was, I respect what she did, whatever. She actually killed some people, right, in real life, right? She didn't smoke nobody in this movie. Didn't she not? Didn't she bust a few cats in real life? If I'm not mistaken, she didn't smoke anybody in this movie. I mean, like I said, their whole agenda was about depicting black men in a certain image and depicting black women in a certain image. They didn't care nothing about the real what actually took place in the Harriet Tubman story. I'm still trying to get over the fact that she tracked 100 miles both ways. That's 100 miles.
Oh, you gotta think you gotta think about it. It was a network. Underground Railroad was a network. They had tunnels, they had stash houses, they had hideouts, they had headquarters, they had a lot of different people in the network.
Yeah,
That was part of it.
had,
So that's how you got the people with her.
right. It had to be over a period of time, though. Okay,
It was a period of
couldn't
time.
have just been
But
like, okay, she went there 1 minute and then they were gone the next.
no, it was a lot of planning on both the ends of abolitionists, black men, black women. It was a nice little network.
Yeah, I agree with you on that, Sin. I agree 100%.
What was that?
Now, she said something about Nate Parker, who glorified the white women in the movie, and that black women shouldn't be obliged to support a black man who was obsessed with white women. I agree with that.
It's like if the guy has an important story to tell, I don't give a fuck who he sleeps with. And I think that's the problem. Too many black people dick policing.
Mm.
I don't give a fuck. If he's doing something good for my people, I don't give a shit. Who you do, that's what it's called. Who you in the bed with is your business.
Check this out. Check out what she just said, though. She said she don't think that we should support any black man who likes white women. Notice how white women don't support his movie either.
What the fuck do white women give a fuck about slave movies anyway? That make no fucking sense.
Yeah, but she's saying that we're supporting.
On top of that, right? The problem is this. This is the reason why a lot of black people don't get shit. We're worried about dumb shit. Instead of taking whatever provision or money and saying thank you, we'll come up with the lowest common denominator and try to pull the motherfucker down after doing a kind act. Dismiss me with that bullshit.
Okay. Okay. A woman who doesn't care about his history, though. Hey, man, that's a good point, though, Charles. Why are you married to a woman that don't care about his history?
There are so many women marrying men that don't care about their history. Because I'm pretty sure, guess what?
Right. I mean, if the woman is insensitive to my history, well, I don't like white women, so I would never be in that position. But I'm just saying the cats who do, if the woman don't care anything about your history, don't have any respect for your history, what are you doing with it? I agree with that. That doesn't make sense to me.
Who says she doesn't? Why are we speculating? Do we have a definite on that, or do we have a? What are the definites? See, we're always going off the speculation of the definites. Is the man trying to tell you an important story about an important figure in Black history? Hell, American history, period.
Mm-hmm.
So
well, who's actually telling the story? Is the black man telling the story, or is the white people telling the story? So Nate Parker was trying to tell the story, right?
Yeah, but at the same time, y'all support a lot of motherfuckers who were swirling. I mean, how many black women watch Scandal? Oh, nobody got shit to say about that, right? Okay. So once again, dismiss me with that bullshit. It's like Robert F. Smith. Guess what? He does something for the class of Morehouse. But if he was the same guy married to a white woman, even though guess what? He was married to a black woman for 25, almost 30 years. And he actually made sure that when he left, when they split up, that woman was well off. Guess what? Do we say no, we don't want your fucking money?
I mean,
exactly. It's low tier fucking issues.
Okay, so let me ask you this. You think that black women have a point of not wanting to support a black man that shows no support for black women?
Just because you date or marry somebody, does that mean you don't support them? What's the first rule of dating and mating? It's fucking proximity, man.
Right. Well, yeah, but if you are aware, though, right, like me, I'm aware. Like the brothers around me are aware, right? Okay. Yeah, you know, if the brothers are aware, they can be around white women and still
If
not
they're
support
aware, if they're aware of it, it depends on a person's preference. It's not about number one. For most men, damn near almost all women damn near act the same at some point. There are certain cultural differences, yes, but they damn near act the same. So it's not even a color thing. But at the same time, how many times we've been to colleges and shit, and women wanted to date a certain type of man?
Okay, Charles, it's about to get heavy up in here. We got Rebuka up here, Cynthia on her way up here. So let's see if we can all coexist. Okay, it's about to get heavy up in here.
And I'm supposed to be worried, why, Max?
No. I know you're not worried. I'm just saying it's about to get heavy up in here. So
Because for real, this is the fucking shit. If a black man's doing something to support your people, I don't give a fuck who you fucking with.
verbal assassin. We're just having a nice little discussion about the movie Harriet.
But at the same time, you got people supporting shit that makes black people look like fucking buffoons.
Uh-huh.
How many times has that happened?
There you go, Cynthia. The link is in the chat. Yeah. No, I do, but you see, my thing is that. Hey, Cynthia, welcome to the panel. No, but yeah, I do think that you know, if black women have a problem with a black man that doesn't show any support for black women, and he's just supporting white women or whatever, or he's with white women. I can't see them supporting that black man either. I wouldn't do it.
So let me ask you this one. If a black man
Hey, let me hold on.
on.
Let me say this, and I'm gonna go on mute periodically because I'm bathing my niece right now. But here's the thing: why is Charles trying to control who black women support? If you feel like you don't care that Nate Parker had an obsession with white women, then you can go ahead and support him. But why do you want to shame black women into supporting a man who clearly doesn't support them? If we don't want to support him, we don't have to.
The same thing for black women who do the same, right? So
And not if black women decide to. If black women decide that they want to support swirling black women but not swirling black men, that's their choice. It can be a hypocritical choice, but it's their choice. If you want swirling black men supported, then you support them.
You don't hear anything about black women against swirling black women, do you? No, you do not.
It doesn't really matter though. You don't have to like it, but that's their choice. You act like black men couldn't support Nate Parker's movie into success. Why didn't black men go out and support his movie?
So guess what? Who said they didn't?
Well, clearly they didn't if the movie flopped. So, I mean, if the movie flopped, then clearly black men weren't supporting it. So why don't you get on them and ask them why weren't they supporting him?
So guess what? Here's the point. Who the hell gives a fuck about who's in the bed with who?
Clearly black women do when it comes to who they support. Here's my thing. I don't swirl. I don't support swirling, but I can promise you I'm not supporting any black man. I don't care what he does. He could give $50 billion to every black person and I'll take the money, but I'm still not going to support him because he's a swirler and his vested interest is in the white community.
Then don't take the money.
No, I am taking the money. I am taking the money. I would take the money. I would, but I'm still going to criticize who he chooses today. Robert F. Smith is no exception.
But guess what? That's called being a grade A hypocrite, isn't it?
Who cares? I have a right to be a hypocrite if I want to. I could be a hypocrite if I want to, though. That's my choice.
But don't go around trying to talk about being a hypocrite when you just said something that's very hypocritical.
I don't go around talking about being a hypocrite. Anybody who wants to be a hypocrite has a choice to be one if they want to. You're the one sitting on here trying to shame black women into supporting who you think that we should support. You are. Because you're saying, feminists and black women didn't support Nate Parker's movie. Neither did the white women that Nate Parker is obsessed with. Why couldn't white women support him? He's marrying them. He's putting his freedom on hold for them. So why can't they support him? You obviously do.
Guess what? Who gives a fuck who person sleeps with? Hint, hint.
Obviously, the black women who are withdrawing their support. If it like what you shouldn't even be asking that question. Clearly, the black women that you're trying to force into supporting him. That's who.
Black women.
You were just doing it. You were just sitting up there shaming them.
If you want to hear me verbatim, rewind what the fuck I said, lady. Guess what? If you got a problem with something,
I don't need to. I heard you. I heard you quite fine. I comprehended what you said quite fine. You clearly just don't know what shaming means.
A lot of you got too much problem worrying about who's in whose bedroom instead of getting shit done.
It's not about worrying about who's in whose bedroom. What part of a person has a right to support whoever they want to? But you vagina police all the time. When y'all sitting up there complaining about black women having sex with Pookie and Ray Ray, are you not vagina policing? Are you not vagina policing when you talk about who black women choose to sleep with? Stop vagina policing. Well, you obviously do. You obviously do. I've heard you many times on many panels talking about who black women choose to have sex with, but you're talking about dick policing.
No, actually, I
Stop
haven't.
vagina policing. Stop vagina policing. I actually have. I actually have, Charles, officer. I actually have. Excuse me, Mr. Officer. Excuse me, Mr. Officer. I actually have. I've heard you vagina policing, Mr. Officer. I've heard you vagina policing, Mr. Officer. I've heard you vagina policing on Cerulean's panel, and you were just up here trying to police who black women support. So stop it, Mr. Officer.
Guess what?
Okay, so then say support who you want to support.
Who you actually like, but then go somewhere else to sleep with that person, right?
Who's like who? Who does that? Who does that? Are you saying me or are you saying certain people?
Is one of them, right?
No, I'm not. No, actually, no. Actually, no. Actually, no. Actually, no. And you don't know about who I sleep with, though. Okay.
Platform about the bullshit.
Right. Okay. And what's your point?
You made a whole damn platform about dick.
And so what is your point, Charles? What is your point? So what's your point?
That one, you're a hypocrite.
I'm actually not, but continue.
It's actually hypocritical. Yeah.
It's actually not hypocritical because y'all sit up here and vagina police all day. You sit up here and vagina police all day. You do care. No, you do care. Like what? Here's the thing. First of all, if I'm talking about a collective group of men who are not doing anything, that doesn't have anything to do with who I individually sleep with. I'm not sleeping with the collective of black men, genius.
What's the opposite of a beta male?
Figure it out. Figure it out.
What's the opposite?
Figure it out.
What's the opposite?
Figure it out. Figure it out for yourself, Mr. Officer. Because you don't know who I've had. The only thing you know is that I haven't had you. The only thing that you know is that I haven't had you. The only thing that you know is that I haven't had you. And it kind of seems like I probably accomplished more than you. It kind of sounds like I accomplished more than you, though. You're just a subpar officer that nobody cares about. Like, you're not even an effective officer, or else you wouldn't be spending so much time on YouTube trolling different panels. So stop it, because you're on YouTube way too much to even be doing your job. Clearly, you must be sitting on the desk. You ain't out patrolling nothing. You ain't out patrolling. You ain't out fighting crime sitting on YouTube. How? You writing tickets on YouTube? So you're writing tickets on YouTube. How many tickets are you writing on YouTube, Mr. Officer? Mr. Officer Faulkner, who sits on YouTube all day, not even doing his job. You're not even doing your job. You're not even doing your job. So shut up. You probably got some desk job. You ain't a relevant officer, or else you wouldn't even have time to be on YouTube. We know you ain't patrolling. We know you ain't doing cases. We know you ain't investigating because you on YouTube. How are you patrolling? You patrolling YouTube. You're patrolling YouTube.
Please tell me.
I'm not an officer, so you don't need to worry about that. I'm not an officer, so you don't need to worry about me patrolling. Why are you not doing your job? Don't you got some crime to fight?
Actually, I'm off today.
Don't you got some crime to fight?
You know, you would actually know
Yeah,
about
are you
days
off
if you
every
actually
day?
had a
Are you
job.
off every day
If you
because you're on
actually had a
YouTube
job, you
all
would
the
actually know
time?
what days
Well,
off are.
you clearly don't
You
have
would
a job.
actually know
I
what
don't even
days
believe
off
that
are
you're a
if you
real
actually had a
officer.
taxable job.
I don't believe that you're a real
Oh, if you
officer
actually
because you're
had a
on YouTube
job.
way too much. You're on YouTube too much
Not
to be
really.
really being any effective, relevant officer. So even if you are an officer, you're a
No,
bottom tier
I'm actually on
officer.
YouTube.
You're a
Not
bottom
that much.
tier officer. So just stop.
I'm not that much. There's no such thing. One.
Lie.
And two,
Lie.
and
You're
two,
on it too
you
much
never
to be
had a
fighting any
career.
real crime.
You never
And
had a
you can
career.
say that if you want to. You can say
We
that if you
know it.
want to.
You
But
never
we
did
know
shit.
what we know is that you don't know
You made
anything
a
about my
fucking
life.
career out
We
of
know that you
complaining
don't know
and
anything about my
underachieving.
personal life.
We
We know that
already-
you
we
don't know
don't
anything
fucking
about my
care.
personal life.
Guess
But we
what?
do
We
know, but we do know
underachieving.
that you're not an
We know
effective
that you're an
cop because you're
underachiever.
patrolling the
We know
YouTube
that you're an
streets.
underachiever in life.
Patrolling the YouTube
We know
streets
that
and
you
policing who
underachieve in
black
life.
women have sex with doesn't
We know
count as
that you
true
underachieve
police
because you
work.
really
It
want that
doesn't.
white guy that
It
doesn't
doesn't.
accept
If
you.
I wanted a white dude, I would have him.
No,
If
you
I
wouldn't,
wanted a white
because he
man,
would
I
get
would
rid of
have
you.
him.
No, he wouldn't,
If I
because he
wanted a
wouldn't
white
stand 5
man,
minutes
I
of you.
would have him. Yeah,
He
because
would
you
treat
really,
your ass
if
like
you
Kristen
know
Wiig, like
a
any other
white
black
man
man
wanted,
would do shit to
if
you.
you,
He
he
would
did, he
treat you
came
like
with the
Kristen
white
Wiig,
man
like
trope.
any other black man would censor you.
He lost it. He did. Because the bottom line
Lost
of it
what?
is
The fact
if
that you
I
never had
wanted,
shit in your
if
life?
I wanted a white man, I would
couldn't
have
get
a white
shit in your
man,
life.
and that white man will be
If you
dominating
coulda,
you,
shoulda,
and that
woulda,
white
but what
man
you
will be
get, an
signing your
underachiever,
little
right?
penniless paychecks. That's what
Shoulda,
that white
shoulda,
man
coulda,
would be
woulda,
doing.
but what you
That
get?
white
An
man would be the one
underachiever,
that's
right?
employing you
That's what you
because
got,
you can't
an
employ
underachiever,
nobody.
right?
That white man will be
That's
making
what
your
you got, an
schedule and telling
underachiever,
you
right?
when you can come in to work.
An
That's what the white man
underachiever.
would be
What
doing
you
if
have
I was
now,
dating
an
him.
underachiever, right?
Okay,
That's what you
okay,
got,
Charles.
right?
Okay,
An
officer.
underachiever, right?
Okay, YouTube officer.
Underachiever, right?
Okay,
That's
YouTube
what you
officer.
got.
And you're not even
Okay,
getting
Miss,
paid to
what's your
patrol
job
YouTube
again?
streets. So what are you talking about? You're
What's
not
your
even
job
getting
again,
paid.
underachiever?
You're not even getting paid, YouTube
What you getting,
officer.
underachiever?
Go write some
I'm
tickets.
actually,
You don't have no tickets to write?
officer, so what
Don't
the
you
hell
have
you
some
talking about?
police reports to complete?
Underachiever, what
Don't
do
you
you
have
have?
some police reports to
What
complete?
do you
Or
have,
is your work
underachiever?
relegated to YouTube?
I could do multitask.
So
You know,
says the
that's
one
what
that's
people actually can
patrolling
do if
YouTube.
you
Okay,
actually
well
work. If
you're
you
not
actually knew how to do
multitasking.
a job,
You're not multitasking.
if
So
you
just
actually knew how
stop.
to do a job instead of like talking on your ass, sitting your ass, or giving up ass,
Girl, bye. Girl, bye. Because you be trolling these YouTube streets,
Oh my God.
policing black women's
my
vagina
God.
just because
Let me
you don't
see.
have
You get
access to
paid
it.
how much
That's
an
what
hour?
you're doing. That's
You
what
get
you're
paid
doing. You
an
really
hour,
don't
right?
know.
You
If
get
you
paid
gotta
what an
ask,
hour?
if you gotta ask, then
You
you really
gotta
don't
pay
know.
what
Shut
an
your
hour
ass up
again?
if you gotta ask.
You gotta get
Why
paid
don't you
what
go
an
find
hour?
it out? Why don't you go find the information out? Why don't you just go find the information out? Why do you have to
Guess what?
ask questions? You're an
Guess what?
officer.
That's all
Go
you
figure it
gotta
out,
do.
Officer Faulkner.
No,
Don't you
because I
have the
actually got
ability
better
to
shit
pull
than you
up
and Mike David
backgrounds?
talking with
No,
underachieving
because you're
shit.
not in office. No, because you're not an
No, that
officer.
means
You
I
sitting up
actually
here
got
doing
better
it
shit to
now,
do with Mike
genius.
David to
So
find
why
out
are you
what the fuck
doing it now?
underachieving
So why
does
are you doing it
and
now?
PG
So why
does.
are you doing it now then?
Guess what?
But you're doing it
Nobody
now.
likes you.
But you're doing it
Nobody
now.
likes you.
Oh,
Oh
nobody
my
likes
God.
you.
Nobody
We're
wants
not.
to
We're
care
not in
about
the
your
elementary
underachieving ass.
school. This is not
Oh
elementary
my
school
God.
where
This
you
is
get
the
to sit there and
reason
say,
why.
"That's why
This
nobody
is the
likes
reason
you.
why
That's
you
why
still mess with
nobody
5
likes
other
you."
grown men.
Okay.
This is the reason why you still
Well,
mess with the 5
I'm not
other men.
messing with you though.
Oh, because
If
them
I
people
was
are
messing
above
with
you.
bottom
That's
of
why
the
you
barrel,
can't.
it would be you.
Nobody wants you.
No. No.
Nobody wants
Actually,
you.
no. Do
Nobody
please.
wants you.
As sure as
If
you think
anything,
you know
everybody
about
wants you
my
to
life,
go away.
I can assure you I can have you if I wanted
couldn't
you,
get
but
me
you're
on
not
your
on my
best day.
level enough.
Your level,
Because your little funky
your
police
level's like a
salary
fucking
wouldn't
street
be
curb.
enough for me. Your
Your
funky
level's like a
police
goddamn street
salary
curb.
from writing
Nobody
YouTube
likes
tickets
you.
wouldn't be enough for
Nobody
me. So go
wants you.
sit down.
That's the part that
Of
gets you.
course. Okay, you don't
That's
want me
the
because
part
you
that
know
gets
I
you.
don't want
Nobody
you.
wants
You
you.
don't want me
I
because you
throw
know I don't
trash
want
away.
you.
I don't keep it in the
Because
house.
I don't want
Okay,
you.
I throw trash away.
I think you actually you collect the trash actually because you
I
sure
don't
ain't
don't deal with
policing
trash,
nothing.
Yasmin.
You sure
All
ain't
right, all right, all
policing
right.
I don't deal
nothing.
with
You
so I
sure
don't deal
ain't
with
policing
trash.
nothing, Officer
Yeah,
Faulkner,
yeah,
who
guess
sits
what?
up on
You
YouTube.
are-
Okay, listen, everybody is muted, okay? Okay, I'll let you guys go on for a while. The chat room is getting anxious, okay? They want you guys to kind of like tap it down a little bit here. All right, so I'm gonna take everybody off mute.
I'm cool, Max. It could be over. I just
Okay.
because I just don't. It's such a double standard to sit here and try to force Black women to support Black men who clearly don't support them. It's like that doesn't. You go support them.
Guess what? It's such a double standard when y'all trying to make us fucking support y'all when y'all actually tell us all this shit about, oh, we're dusty. No, fuck no. Fuck no.
I don't
care who
think
it
I
is,
don't
black
think the
man,
black
black
women are
woman.
asking
Guess
support
what?
for somebody that's
Instead of actually getting the shit together and getting shit done, I'm not fucking worried about who you fucking sleep with. That's your business. If you go through hell and high water because of that person you married, that's your shit. Now, if it comes to doing business and getting shit done, holla at me. Tell them, fuck all this shit and dismiss me with it.
and that could be your policy, but apparently it's not black women's policy. And you
And
sitting
guess
here
what?
being
It's not
mad
black
about
men's
it's not
policy to
changing
take
it.
all that bullshit either.
Who
is it?
cares? We don't care.
No,
Then
because you
don't.
keep
Then
caring about
don't.
that.
Who's asking you
keep caring
to?
about
Who's
that.
asking you
You're
to?
caring about
Go.
it. You're
Why are
caring
you
about
watching it? Why are you
You're
stalking
caring
my
about it.
channel, Officer Faulkner?
Nobody
Is it
cares
because
about
you
your
really do
goddamn
want
channel.
me? Why you
You're
check for me way
irrelevant.
too much? You definitely
You're
want me.
irrelevant.
You like me. You like me.
I like
You
you to go
really,
away.
really like me.
I like you to go
Man, this is
away.
becoming preschool now. This is not even
I
intellectual.
would like you to go away. I would like to swim the Marianas Trench without a mask.
Max was black, man.
Is that why
Come on,
you
man.
keep watching my videos so you can
I don't
complain
watch
about
your
them?
videos.
Are you
I don't even
watching my
notice when you're
videos
on.
and beating off to your little dick?
No,
I think
actually,
you
it's pretty
probably
big. It's like
are.
the circumference
Okay.
of a
It's
soda
not.
can.
There's no way.
I mean, the only person.
No
I mean,
man, no.
let me put it to you this way.
Only
We
men with
understand that
deep
you got.
voices
We
have
understand
big
you got
dicks.
that gas
Only
power
men with
vibrator
deep
that you
voices
break
have.
down.
Only
We
men with deep
understand that you
voices
got that
have
gas
big
power
dicks.
vibrator.
My vibrator would
Goddamn
have a
thing.
bigger dick than you. My vibrator's dick is bigger than yours, sweetheart. So just stop it. Just
Not
because
really.
because
Not
you're
really.
big and stuff.
Okay, guys. All right. We gotta put a cap on it now.
Max was black, man. Can we continue on with the
Uh-huh.
conversation? Because this is getting become preschool now.
He's in the itty bitty dick committee. So stop it.
Yeah, I want y'all to chill out a little bit here now. Okay. Let you guys go for a little bit. It was entertaining. Appreciate it. But
It was weird, Max.
okay, Root. You've been up here for a while. What's on your mind? You were saying some stuff in the chat. What's going on? You're talking about ADOS, right?
Yeah, I think you all are right on the premise of what is rightfully yours, and you should go after that. And as a Trinidadian, right now in Trinidad, it's raining outside. I am rooting for you all to win, because so goes America, so goes the rest of the world, right? You are the most seen Black people on the face of the earth. But instead of you see how much we look up to you guys, and that you set a standard for the best hope for who we can be. Remember, most Black people are poor worldwide and powerless to boot. So when we see you Black Americans being portrayed in positive ways, it makes us dream bigger, it makes us hope bigger. And yes, some of us want to come over there and live the dream too, but we will come over there and live the dream that you set the standard for. 60% of Black Americans are not living in poverty. You got jobs, you go to work every day where in jobs for white people where they pollute the food, pollute the air. I mean, they do all sorts of things that is detrimental to not just Black ADOS people, just people in general, right? And you keep your mouth shut and you do your job and you take a paycheck and you go home. But then when a Black person gets a little bit of power, I sit here in Trinidad and Tobago and I was watching this Obama thing play out. Now, we from the outside, we're looking in and it's like, whoa, go Black Americans, whoa. At the time you were Black Americans, so you're idiots, so whatever. In 15 years, that'll change. But, we watched but we always knew that he wasn't going to get much done because two things wasn't in place. Obama said in his first interview with Michelle Obama on, are they going to keep their campaign promises? Michelle said she's going to hold them to it. So she's going to be in the bed, like, what you doing, Barack? Like, what you doing, Barack? But here's what's going on the outside. The Republicans came out and said that they're going to make sure that his presidency is a failed presidency. And you got a president with the least amount of government appointees than any in what recent history in the what the last what 70, 80 years. Every 4 years you all change president. Come on, really? You all know he was up against the wall. He had two choices to run to play it in America. He could have played with the backing of the black people, but they outmaneuver you all from the minute the preacher said, "God damn America," and you all allowed him to be kicked. You all allowed him to be kicked out of the black church. Now the black. Please let me finish. Let me finish. Please let me finish. I wouldn't go on for long. I wouldn't go on for longer. I'm gonna stay on mute most of the time. Let me finish this thought before I lose it. You all allowed him to be kicked out of the black church. Now, by allowing him to be kicked out of the black church, what you did was allow him to be cut off from heirs on the ground. That was your only way to interact with Obama. Other than that, I see no movement. Okay, what is the most pressing need that Black Americans has right now? If you had one law, one thing that needed to be fixed, that you can put all of Black, let's say you say immigrants is only, it's like 3 million, you know, or 3%, not 3 million, 3%. So, you know, that leaves what, about 11%, 12%, 10% of you all remain back. Listen, if you 11% decide what is most important to ADOS folks, what would that be? Have you all decided what that is? You can't just say you individually funding a president. Your money needs to be grouped, pulled together, and go with one message. So I'm going to go on mute now. I'm just saying that we all have the same problem. But the way we address them, we are not addressing them rightly. The points that you Black Americans make is great points, but the method that you choose to go about solving them, I don't think it's going to work. I'm muting myself now. Thanks for your time.
Okay. Number one, what does the black church got to do a damn thing with Obama? Nothing.
Yeah, I don't know what she's talking about.
And two, how the hell is somebody from a different country?
Because I listened to it, right? Can I get in for like 1 second real quick? 30 seconds.
I have no idea what she's talking about.
So no, I get what she's saying. Like, we are not fucking unified. Cerulean said that. Everybody said that. We have not done what we were supposed to while Obama was in office. We didn't put no money behind it. We didn't come with an agenda. Like the way we have an agenda right now, reparations, cut the check, tangible, shit like that, right? We didn't have that shit back under Obama. So first time we didn't
really think that Obama was really for black people.
Him to do everything, but we didn't put shit behind him.
Obama wasn't here for black people.
No, but Charles, woo, and salute. You feel me? No, we never put anything behind him though. We just figured, we're both Democrats like we always do. And
Obama wasn't for. That's the problem people don't get. Obama was not here for black people.
No, I know
Obama
that
wasn't put in power because of black people.
Excuse me, no black person anywhere on the face of the earth is here for another black person, because we live in poverty and powerlessness, and we're making decisions from stress and anxiety and survival of the moment. So we are not here for one another. Anybody. We're living in a Saddam Hussein style state. Anybody, even your own children, no, even your own children can betray you for a come up because.
Do you live in the United States? That's the one question, because if you don't even live in the United States, what would that be concerned to you?
What point that is?
Huh?
That says she had a good point. Well, what are they talking about? What point?
She doesn't have a point. She's all over the goddamn place. First and foremost, everybody wants to get on this Obama train. Obama didn't give a fuck about nothing when it came to black people. Matter of fact, he said he didn't even believe in reparations should be given.
Yes, Charles, I understand that. I understand that. You know me, I'm the
I say
foundation.
Obama's dick. The guy been gone now from office like 3 years now.
Almost
it already shown what the damage he on Charles. It already shown what he has done and the damage he's done for the time he was in there. He was there to make people accept this perversity LGBT nonsense and to push you back further. That's why I hear people talking about this employment rate. Say it's nonsense because he didn't progress. Not one black person as descendant slaves in this country. The time is it. Not even once. Not even once. Not even not even the one would say my brother's keeper. They even push up, regardless who played a role to get that shit. Not even a facility or on this way. He ain't do a motherfucking. And another thing, another dude that's been said that when he asked, and I did a stream on this, and Charles, whenever you caught my stream on this, when he asked about these corporations because they were getting bigger during the time when he was in office, he asked him, I think was it Alan? Said that are these corporations have ethical? He said, hell fucking are not ethical. You know what he did? He proceeded and gave more power.
No.
That is the result of how he feels about you.
Obama is as white as any man can be.
Okay, I'm sorry. What are we talking about?
Obama is not the issue. Obama is not the issue. We have no wealth, so we have no power to make anybody respect us. We can't listen. Listen. The reason why you need to move to a better neighborhood. Listen. Think about it on this level. Think about it on this level.
We went from Harriet WhatMaN to this bullshit.
Because this is why I'm telling you that Obama is not the issue. Think about it on every black person.
You need to stay on topic.
Every black
person.
Every
and
any black person can betray you because you have nothing to keep them loyal. That is my point. You have nothing, and it's not just you, DOS, it's us in Trinidad, it's Africa, it's worldwide. And we gotta accept that before we gotta face that and make demands from that because we weren't born into that. It was imposed on us, right? And we gotta listen. We gotta focus on that and
once
make
America start cutting back on the foreign aid, we're gonna see a lot of people from the islands keep talking that. That's for sure. You know that, Max. Max, you know that, right?
This is my
Oh, y'all.
What you say?
I said once America start cutting back the 4A on a lot of these countries and islands, we're gonna see if they can start that same energy talk.
Yeah, but see, this is the bullshit, right? They always waiting for the black Americans to do something so everybody can fucking reap the benefit.
Don't do
okay,
that.
How many motherfuckers are trying
all right, hey, Charles,
America is trying to give Trinidad aid so they can control our birth control and gay rights rules and stuff like that. No, don't do that.
Because first and foremost, when we try to organize, how come y'all not helping with the organization?
Charles, listen to the lady, dog. Look.
She's not making any goddamn sense. How can I listen to her?
Yeah, not making no sense right now. Come on, crew.
Bullshit. That's like first and foremost, the problem is this. She's getting on here talking about some shit, about some organization that she can't even do in her own goddamn country.
No, to me, no, she's not one of those. She's, hey,
bullshit.
Lady, do you support ADOS?
Yes, I do. Yes, I do. Because so goes America, so goes the rest of the world. And we look at you all, whether you are black Americans or white, and we look at you all and we see the standard is being set.
Yeah, that's all I'm saying. Like, she's not against her. She's saying we do
a lot of things, but the actions make more sense than others.
Look, yeah, she is not the others.
Whoa, you from the richer country. Listen to me, sir. Listen to me, sir. You from one of the richest countries on the face of the earth. What do my black ass in Trinidad owe you? Give me a fuck.
No, because guess what? Y'all can say a lot of shit.
Charles, somebody that supports us.
People say they support us a lot, but they're not looking to give us jobs, are they?
Send her the great talking and so she can apply it in Trinidad.
Guess what? They can apply it in Trinidad all they want.
Exactly, sir. Exactly. I don't have to come to America to apply the knowledge.
Let me ask you this one. Is Trinidad a majority black country?
It's all black.
It is not. No, it is not. No, it is not. It's 44% Afro-Trinidadians and 53% Indo-Trinidadians, and the rest is like Chinese and everybody else.
You're telling me y'all have an even bigger population in your country than we have in ours?
And what does
And
that
she's
mean?
saying, yeah, but she's
So
saying,
What does that
you're
what does
talking
that
about
mean?
organization,
On
right?
you're in the richest country. Your country
So,
set policy for my country because you got nuclear weapons,
so
son.
she is supporting us because whatever we do is going to make her country
of
right.
course, because when they
That's
make fucking things, when it
or
comes to
am I
financial
saying
aid,
it wrong?
when it comes to
What's your name,
other plans, guess who benefits before we do?
Madame? What's your name, Madame?
But
Hello?
who benefits first or doesn't is not the poverty
Look
class
here.
or the oppressed class fault.
Look here,
Because
Black.
at the end of the
But
day,
at the
the
same
reason why
time,
they even
if you're
allow
able to get over
black
here, you're not a
immigrants
part
into
of
your
that class,
country
are
is
you?
the only reason they allow black immigrants in your country is not for labor. It is because they want good relations with those countries. We are an oil-rich country in Trinidad and Tobago. And we
Let me
have
see.
natural bauxite and all sorts of things down here. We are a natural resource wealth down here. And the many African countries are like that, right? And that's why they allow immigrants into your country. It's nothing to do with you. You can't stop them, nor can you you can't stop them letting people in right now in my country. In any newspaper, you can open a newspaper at any day of the week and see a full page ads to come to America, come to Trinidad, please. Not America, I mean, come to America, come to Canada, please, please, please. We want you here, please. I'm looking at how they're treating the ADOS. Fuck
Let
up.
me
I don't want
see.
to come to America.
And let me see. So in other words, if you got majority of the people who look like you than we have here, and you want to talk about organization, I want to see it. Because number one, when African and Caribbean immigrants come over here, y'all can open up shit that we can't.
Yeah,
You
but
can get
she's saying
benefits.
Charles, she's saying she sees all of that.
But at
She's
the same
saying
time, they're talking about us organizing, and they know damn well why it's hard for us to do so.
Yes, but she understands that. That's why she's supporting you. She's supporting us because if we do it, then they can do it.
No.
But they
See,
can't
guess
do
what?
shit without us.
Let me put it to you. Let me tell you the bullshit about that part. If they can do it, if you can do it first before somebody else can, why are you waiting on somebody else? Especially when you got more
No,
members than
they
your
can't.
family.
They can't do it without us.
Oh
Charles.
yes, they can.
No, they can't because we run the whole world.
Do
This is
these
the
Guess
guys
United
what?
States.
They
understand
can
world
organize their
politics
own
at
goddamn country, right?
all? Politics is not just in your neighborhood, sirs. It's
It's not
global.
just in the neighborhood, but it starts with yours,
Global.
right?
It's global, and it's for resources. That middle class life 60% of Black Americans live, that life is funded by the cheap labor and the resources of powerless countries. Do you all get that?
I get it. I get it.
First of all,
Charles,
number
Charles,
one,
Charles, please.
stop trying to
Charles,
stop
please.
caping, dude. Stop
No,
caping. Because
Charles,
guess
please.
what? Stop caping for this bullshit, right? Because everybody wants a Black America to do it first. If you can't do it in your own goddamn country, then that means you're just as sorry as every goddamn body else. Stop trying to fucking put the weight of the world
No.
on our shoulders. Because when we were
It's not
marching
the weight
and
of
we
the
were
world.
taking
Sir,
the ass whoopings,
I am here
when we
to
were
tell
marching
you.
and taking the
I
ass
am here to
whoopings,
tell you we are
guess
not
who came?
responsible for your fight.
Guess
Your
what?
fight
Who
is
said
your
you
fight.
were?
I am
Who
supporting you
said
from
you were? But
Trinidad,
guess
and
what?
that's all
You
I can
sure
do.
enough took the
That's
benefits.
all I can do is support you. Go the ADOS. That's all I can do for you, sir. I ain't got nothing for you.
But
I ain't got
guess
nothing
what?
else for you.
But guess
I ain't
what?
got nothing else. You ain't got nothing for me
Guess what?
either.
I got a lot of stuff for you. Do it in your country.
Hold on. Let me stop everything.
Oh,
Look, check
she's
this
not
out.
against
No,
you.
hold
She's
on.
not against you.
Hold on, crew. Be quiet for a second. Hey, listen, Rebuker, whatever your name is, I don't mind you having a problem getting your point across, but what you're not going to do, you're not going to come up here and scream at people, okay? Not going to do that. He's not screaming and yelling at you. Don't scream and yell at him.
Okay,
You're
I
not gonna have a
apologize.
dialogue, have a
I
dialogue.
apologize. I'm sorry.
Okay?
My name is
All
my
right.
name is pronounced Rukia.
Okay, Rukia, I appreciate that. I have no problem.
Sorry. I'm sorry.
Okay. All right. I have no problem with you saying what you got to say, but please be respectful. Don't go screaming at people. Thank you. All right, guys. Don't come off mute.
May I say this real quick, right?
Mm-hmm.
This sister Rukia is not against us. She's supporting us. What she is saying is that we are the strongest nation in the world. We are the Negroes that built the strongest nation in the world. We are them niggas. We are those guys. And she's trying to support us because she says if we're successful, the entire world will be successful.
But look at the
She's
look at the substance of that.
she's coming from District 13. She's coming from, and we're here in District 1, and we're here. She's supporting us. Let's go do this shit and bring down this white supremacy because it will help her. But she knows she can try to fight it in her country, but guess what? Our country is gonna go shut that shit down every day, all day, because we have everything, right? So we're the people with everything within the country. She's supporting us so we can shut the country down from within. So we can help us, we can help her, and everybody will be good. That's all she's trying to say. Am I getting you right, Rakia, sister?
Sorry.
Hello,
Yeah,
sister.
that's
Good.
close. That's close to what I'm saying. But bring what down? What?
Oh, white supremacy, the white supremacy, the Western culture, the
I'm
race.
I'm leaving that up to the Asians. I'm focused on Black people getting enough room, giving ourselves worldwide enough room to heal what they have broken. We don't got time to take down no governments with nuclear weapons and shit. Africa, the whole 54 countries in Africa is talking about they don't want nuclear weapons. And most Black people say, that's fine. Listen, I ain't got time for that. Let the Asians take white supremacy down. Somebody else needs to go ahead with this. My husband is of the opinion that the Asians are worse than the whites, but I am like, let me try the devil I don't know. We have to focus on our in-house healing. We got to get our money up. We got to be able to provide stable lives for our families and our children and future. We never had no time to sit in peace enough to fantasize and plan what our grandchildren's lives will be like. Every day has been survival of the fittest.
This is
All
the
of
point
us.
I'm making. This is the point I'm making. Fuck all that. Because everybody's waiting for the Black American to do shit so they can reap the benefits. That's it. That's all. Get completely the fuck out of here. Because if
But
y'all
I
really
do
want
agree,
to,
Charles.
if
I
they
do
want,
agree with you,
stop
Charles.
it, Kurt. Stop. Hold up. Because number one, if y'all really wanted to fucking unite with us, y'all have extended a handout long ago. But when y'all get over here and you open up your businesses, the first thing you'll holler out, I'm not Black, I'm Trini. I'm Caribbean.
Mm-hmm.
Because first of all, don't act like that shit does not happen. Because everybody wants a piece of the Black pie so they can take a bite. But when you try to open up your shit and be like, I'm Black too. Oh, you're a different type of Black.
Before we move on to another accusation, can we address that?
Oh, address it already. Because
Okay.
I got the postal stamps to send the letter right now.
Okay. Do we do that in all countries we go in?
When it comes to America, guess what?
No, I didn't ask you that. Don't answer what
I'm
I didn't
answering
ask.
that because a lot of you do.
I asked you if immigrant Black folks, let's say Trinidadians, because that's what I'm a Trini, right?
Do they hire Black people when they start their businesses? No.
Right. Now, do we start businesses in every country we immigrate to, or is that just in America?
Why? Because guess what America can do? They give you benefits.
I am talking to an idiot.
She asked a good question.
I'm talking to an
Crew, relax, crew. Let Charles her talk, please.
Well, she asked me the question. Yes, y'all do. Because of Europe, what did they get? Because they had a birth rate deficit. They gotta fucking entice you to come over, so they'll prop you up. What do you think they do with England?
So okay, are you saying the answer is that any country Trinidadians go in, we are trying to start a business there, not just in America?
Yes.
So then, what are we doing to you all that we are not doing to
guess what?
anybody else? And immigrants and people who travel around the world for work do to everybody else. Why are we a special kind of evil? Why are we standing on the booty of the DOS folks? Why?
In other words, if you want to support us, why don't you support us?
why don't the US folks with the best passport on the face of the earth, the highest grade of money on the face of the earth,
But
go
y'all
and
go
do
to
the
poor, but y'all
same
go to
thing
poor,
that other black people
but
are
you go to
doing
poor, but
worldwide?
you
Why
go to
don't you
poor
do it? You
fucking
love
neighborhoods in the
America too
black
much to do
neighborhoods.
it. Your
You
money
go to
and
poor black
influence,
neighborhoods in a place. You
have
hire
more
poor black
value
people.
outside of America than it have
Then you
inside
try to
America
get
as
over
the
on
US
black
folks. But
Americans.
60% of
What
you
y'all
all are
do?
winning, and 60% and 60% of you, the US folks, don't give no fucks about 40% of your folks.
So
Right?
let me ask you this,
So,
folks. When y'all come start your
so
businesses, where do you come start them at? You start them in the goddamn black neighborhoods,
who
like
is
the Koreans,
stopping the black
like the fucking,
Americans with
like the
60%?
Arabs, and you treat them like shit.
Who is stopping the 60%
All right. Well,
of
I'm
black
gonna tell
Americans
you.
that is not in poverty from starting their own businesses? Are immigrant blacks stopping them from starting their own businesses?
You know goddamn well there is
I will
shit that
tell you
y'all can do
specifically about the change.
because of the fucking
Look,
creamers that
she
y'all
said
can
the
do.
same shit. They go around the world, right? They will go around the world
There
and
is a
start a
difference
business
between the
anywhere.
black middle
Not
class
different.
and the black
They
poverty
started
class.
business
So
where
if
The
you're
black
able to leave
it's
Trinidad, you're
the
not
black
poor.
poverty class is blaming everybody but the middle class black DOS for what decisions and standards they set for even if black immigrants coming into the country. If you
Some of the
are
black
saying that
immigrants
you
are
are in
taking
white
up benefits
spaces
that
and
belong
you're
to
in
black
white
natural
jobs
people.
and you're gonna conform to what they want of you. When an immigrant comes in and gets hired, what do you think an immigrant that looks like you gonna do? They're gonna be rah 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 black power. Why?
They're gonna tell you all
You
these
ain't rah
bullshit
rah rah black
lies about
power
how
on white
hard they
people's
had it.
job.
They're gonna tell you all those bullshit lies of how hard they had it. If you could leave Trinidad and start up in America, your ass ain't poor. Let's get that bullshit out the way.
No, sometimes you are.
You just
Sometimes you
poor
are.
to American standards,
No,
maybe, but not
Charles,
poor. But
let
not
me,
poor. Get the fuck out of here. Not
hey,
poor
Charles,
to
you know
their
I fuck
country
with you
standards.
real heavy, right? Charles, you know you my guy. I fuck with you real heavy, right? Real heavy. Real heavy, right? I'm telling you, everybody is not the same. Everybody does not come the same way. Yeah,
But
a lot of them
everybody
are.
wants to
I'm
talk about
telling
what
you,
the black American wants to do.
I'm telling you, she's coming from the mindset of no, she is not one of those. Do you get me?
Yeah, but she's not one of those what though?
Just like you're one of the police that's not one of those police.
See, you got to understand something, crew. She's coming with this whole notion right now that we need to do this and Black America needs to do that. What have they done? Oh, we'll support you. That's all they give us. We'll support you. Do they pay for lawyers to go in front of congressional hearings? Do they help us build schools for Black boys and girls? When they got the ability to make jobs and careers and shit here, do they hire Black people from the hood?
No, they
I will
don't.
tell you.
Do
I will
your
tell
middle
you. You
class
know what?
hire
I will
black
tell you.
people
So
from the
guess what?
hood?
So no,
Charles,
dismiss me with that
wait.
bullshit.
Charles, did you ask me a question? Did you ask me a question?
Go ahead and answer it.
All right. So, you know why I'm in North Dakota? My Trinidadian friend that I grew up with since 15. He's been out here. You know what I mean? He grew up since he was like 5 or 6 in Chicago. 2 of his brothers got sent back to Trinidad. He's still here. He's a citizen now. He's the one been up here in North Dakota for 10 years and brought me up here. You feel me? He got me a job. I got him a job. This, that. Everybody works back and forth. He started a business, hired me. Yes. So they do hire Negroes. Yes. So they do hire regular niggas around. You feel me? They do start businesses everywhere. He started a business in Chicago. He started a business up here. You feel me? Like, dog, and he didn't come, dog, that motherfucker was broke as fuck, dog. All the time I'm growing up, broke as hell. You feel me? Like, dog, this is not one of those, you know what I mean, trying to take advantage of the people type. I can hear how she's talking. Everybody doesn't do that. Yes, generally they do that. Generally, not but generally the immigrants because of policy. But
Oh
she's
yeah,
not
by the
of that
way, I gotta
mindset.
say this. Look, nobody cares about you, Cynthia G. You're irrelevant. You passed your prime. They need to take your ass to the glue factory somewhere and do something with you. Please do not mention my name anymore. We're past you. That's nobody likes you.
Not the
I would
glue
rather
factory,
I would
Charles.
rather not deal with any other woman if I had to deal with just you. I would rather not have sex anymore if you're the only woman on earth. I would beat my dick like a UFC fight. You're disgusting. That's it. Now back to the problem at hand. One, I'm tired of everybody. I'm tired of
Charles, you ain't
everybody
shit.
putting. I never claimed to be. Oh my God. How does it feel to have a woman who's so below you? And that's not every black woman, because there are plenty of great black women out there. But
Come
this
on, come
one
on, come
here,
on, come on. Stop being
but
a
but
dickhead.
this
Come on,
here,
come on,
but
come on.
this
It's
one
not
here
necessary. Let me move on.
got
Let me
the
move on.
audacity to talk to
Let's
somebody
move
like she's high
on.
level. Get the fuck out of here. But
What?
back
I
to
didn't
this
hear
shit.
what Cynthia just said, so let's move
But
on.
but back to this shit. One,
Yeah,
this
I
is the
don't think
problem.
she is.
This is
I
the
don't think
problem
she's
I have.
against us. I think she supports us, but
This is
she's
the
not.
problem I have. Is that when I hear blacks from other countries talk about they're waiting for ADOS to do shit, what are you doing in the meanwhile? Are you supporting us in any type of way? And just hey, that's like chaos. That's like chaos coming. That's like chaos
Instead
and
of
Max.
just in words, okay, Rukia,
That's like chaos and
what are
Max
you doing?
asking
What
me,
are you doing to
asking for
support us
$20 to get
instead of
something to
just
eat,
in
right?
words? No, that's what
And
you
you're
want to know,
hungry,
right?
right?
Is she
You're
supporting us
hungry.
more than
I
just
support you. Does that work? Does that help you if you're hungry?
I
No.
have donated Trinidadian dollars. That is $1 is 7 Trinidadian dollars. The motto normally is you don't send money to America. Money comes from America. You understand? But I have donated to Black American causes because I know it would benefit me in the long run. Because you are the most seen Black people on the face of the earth. You have no idea what's going on in Trinidad. You have no idea. You barely have an idea what's going on with Blacks in England. You have no idea what's going on with Africans anywhere else on the face of the earth, right? And most of the world don't know either. You think somebody in Canada knows what's going on with Black people in Trinidad? You Black Americans are the most seen Blacks. Your
Trust me, you know.
potential.
That's why the event What's Up app.
Oh yeah, by the way, aside, I'm always big dicking.
Oh, but look. Hey, look. If you would look at,
but here's the point.
hey,
Here's
Charles,
the point that I get at.
Yes,
Here's
Charles.
the point that I
If
get
you
at.
look
How
at
come you
Rakia's
keep stopping me, but you let her get on run on synthesis? Stop that.
Go ahead, Charles. My bad.
Because number one, this is what organizations do I see in all these other countries, but everybody wants us to start up. If you bring me a goddamn organization right now that support reparations in those countries, and then I'll fucking see something. Till then, dismiss me.
All right. So here's the only thing I'll say, Charles. You see her picture, right? And
No, I
it was
see a
the
picture.
globe. It was the globe, and the light was on the Americans, right? It's from Africa. It's from Africa, looking across the globe, and the light is coming from America. It's not the sun, because the sun would be further out. She sees the potential in us. It's just like us being the shit for the women, right? Oh, what am I gonna say? Oh, well, what you women want to benefit from me because I'm the man and I'm supposed to do everything? Well, yes, I am the man and I'm supposed to do everything. So that's what I'm gonna do, is everything. And I'm gonna set this shit straight. I'm going to defeat white supremacy. I am. Charles, weren't you the guy kicking in doors in Iraq?
Yep.
You didn't ask the women to do that. You didn't ask anybody else to do that.
Guess what? That's a bad example, because guess
Yeah,
what?
that's a bad example, crew.
That's a bad example, kid. I'm gonna tell you what. Stop it. Stop. One, you're talking about a whole goddamn country. You're talking about several. You got what, 52,
And we're
53,
talking about
maybe even
individual
54
persons
countries
that wants to
in
support
fucking
us.
Africa alone. So you telling me they can't get their fucking shit together when you each have your own separate economy?
Yeah, but we're talking. You're talking about.
What?
Look, you're talking about an organization, right? We've got one person that supports us, right? Let's get more people that support us.
But at the
right?
same
And
time,
then that would make the
how,
group.
if we
I
got
got a
if we
Trinidad
got it,
person up here with me. If
so in
I
other
can put
words,
Tim in tune with her, and
you
then they
know,
go start some shit in Trinidad, then that would be
now
that would
why
be
if they knew about this shit for the longest time. So if they knew about this shit the longest time, right? Why not start your organizations at your own damn country and stop waiting for us to do it?
That's a good question.
That's, hey Charles.
Hello?
you-
Hello?
Hey Charles,
Can I
if
say
one
something about
person
what's
wants
going
to
on in
help,
my country? Can I say something about what's the politics of my country? The politics of my country is the same as the politics in the DOS community. We vote, we have half the parliament, the government is Black people, and they come up against the same things Black Americans come up against. Who has the money and the funding? Who is going to, like, let's say, down contracts from oil companies. Let's say you're making plastics. Who you think the American or Caucasian company is going to give that contract to create, let's say, plastics from the residue from the oil? They're not giving a Black person that contract. They're giving an Indian that is Caucasian person, right? As pale skin as they can get them, a Syrian or Asian. So the
and
money
they're sending
remains.
and they're
So the
sending you
money.
and they're
So the
sending Charles
money
to jump out of
remains.
airplane to defend it.
So the money remains in the hands of the people that is not us. So we are voting just like you all are voting in America for nothing, no return. When our Black government gets in power, you know what they do? Just like what you Black Americans do. They apologize and try to show everybody that we are not racist, we are not racist, we are not tribal. Look at we helping everybody. So what happens is this: when
Hey,
the Black,
Rakia, let me ask you one question, right? What country puts your politicians in power?
our politicians are in power, but the
No,
money that
what country puts your politicians in power?
money puts our politicians in power.
And who has the nearest money next to you?
The Indians,
The Americans?
the Indians, the
They're
Indo-Trinidadians,
yeah,
the East Indians, they have the money. And listen, this is worldwide. Go all over Africa and you can see the same thing play out, no matter their percentage.
them red dots. Them red dot
Yeah,
Indians.
yeah. Okay, let me just leave that alone.
I'm sorry,
Yeah,
I'm
but
sorry.
not just
That's
with
the
the,
truth.
but it's not just with the Indians, it's with everybody else. Now, Caucasians and all over the world wants Black people to forgive them for past sins, right? But they only trust everybody else to give everybody else a come up. All the technology, the Asians they got it from the Caucasians. Can you imagine the Indians got
No, they
got
didn't
the
get it
ability
from the
to go to the
No,
freaking moon
I gotta
and
stop you right
nuclear
there.
weapons?
No, they did not get that from the Caucasians. They got it from the Africans. Africans
Okay,
gave it to the Caucasians and
we
everybody
ain't going
else.
back that far. We're talking about modern technology here.
Yeah, that's what I mean.
Listen, the root of it came
Yes,
from us. I
yes.
believe we are the ancient people. Everything in ancient time was Black people owned. It was we in the ancient. Them other races didn't exist yet. They didn't evolve into who they are yet. Everything in ancient times is us. But what I'm saying is, in modern technology, the sharing of knowledge is not, they're not sharing it with Black people nowhere on the face of the earth. And nor are
Oh
they
yeah.
sharing the
I get that.
monies. Nor are they sharing the monies and the prestige. This is why you got all these barbecue Beckys around, right? We don't have barbecue Beckys here that will get spit in the fucking face, right? Because we still have enough say-so in our country to spit in their fucking face, right? And what are you gonna do about it? You're gonna get punched next. What are you gonna do about it, right? But you all live in a majority Caucasian country, right? And you're facing the same thing because of the same positions we all are on the face of the earth. We don't have the money nor the power to demand respect. And the reason why we don't have it is because they choose not to share it with us. They conquer us so many times over. They have broken us. They know us better than any other race of people on the face of the earth, yet they choose not to trust us. And we're out here talking about you kill our children and we forgive you and all this dumb shit just to appease these fuckers, right? And they still wouldn't believe that we just want to move on. You know why they wouldn't believe that? Because they know if the tables were reversed, they wasn't fucking moving. They was
No,
coming for our throat.
they're scared that we think like them. They're scared that we would think like them.
That's what they're afraid of. That's exactly it. And
And
that's
do
why we need to
exactly
start
what they're-
mirroring their shit. Just what they're doing to us, it's the time to do it back to them. And we start on every level where we are on the face of the earth. If you're in
And we're
poverty,
even better
you do
than
it back
that.
in
We won't
poverty.
even
Just
do
what
it
they
back
bring
to
it to
them.
us, you give it back to them.
But we won't even give it back to them. We'll just be like, look, we're just gonna dominate and you stupid people get out of our way. We're not gonna go kill them or enslave them or we don't need them. That's the whole thing. They're scared of being useless people. And they are useless people.
The truth is,
They're
they have
useless.
the truth is,
Not
they have
on the
always
sister.
tried to make black people
These-
useless people.
These cocker devils, these cave cocker devils.
I ain't going that far with you. They are
No,
humans
shout out
from
to
us. They are our
Cynthia.
bad
Oh
teenage
man,
kids.
let's go that far.
They are our bad teenage kids.
No, you gotta go that
You
far.
know,
Renoko.
no, because
yes. If you on the max about
let me tell you
OverDrive,
why.
he
Let me
goes
tell you why.
hard.
Let me
He
tell you
goes
why.
to the
Because
thing.
you all
This is
will
a
Hey,
let
Max,
the woman that birthed them go.
Call it what it is.
You all will not let the
We
woman
call
that
it what
birthed
it
them
is.
go. So there we're gonna have to
We
accept
call
the
it what it
humanity.
is.
We no, unless you
Yes,
all are
we
willing
call it what it is.
to
No, me no.
release
Yes,
their
we do.
woman,
Yes, we
unless
do.
you
Call
all
it
are
what
willing
it
to
is.
release
Don't
their
play around with that,
woman,
man.
we are not going to
If
call
you
them
play around
animals
with that,
because
then
what
it
are
makes
you
it seem
all
like there's
sleeping with?
bad things.
Oh,
So
And
we're
that
not
is
going to call them animals and all this stuff.
Whoa.
We're not
Hey,
going to
look,
call them animals
yes, we
unless
are.
the men are going
Yes,
to
we are.
release their woman. Are you
Yes, we
willing
are.
to release their woman?
No, I'll put it into that argument real quick.
All right, look. Check this out, right? The yelling, chaos, the yelling, Rubica, the yelling, please. Y'all having a good discussion. Please stop with the yelling. Thank you.
Right? Can I put it into that discussion real quick? Right. Any conquering army, any conquering group of males, right? Any conquering army, what do? They go in everywhere and fuck all them bitches. Huh? Or motherfucker wasn't in Vietnam, fucking all the bitches. Motherfuckers went in China, Germany, you know what I mean? Italy, England, France, all of that. You're deployed, your army, you're taking over, you're fucking all the bitches, right? You're gonna do that, okay? That's cool. But you still love your own women. You love your own women. You deal with your own women. But you as the male, you're going over and taking over. That's what's into that argument. Nobody is trying to like just go, I want to smash white girls or Chinese girls or anything like that. No, you do that because you're taking over. And that's what you're doing. It's like a dog pissing on a tree.
Okay,
Yeah,
that's
fuck a
fine,
white
but
girl.
how do you piss on a tree when you married? Bring it home, bring it into your community, confuse your people of what black is by the product that is created from that union. Sleep with it every day, bring it flowers and roses and tell you love it every day.
No, that would be bogus. That would be bogus. No, you got to do. If you do it, you got to still remember where you came from, right? You still black Trinidadian, and that's still American, because you're in the American Isles. You know what I mean? You're still a nigga. Same thing. If we go anywhere, I gotta remember my culture. I gotta remember what I'm doing. So if I do that,
Yeah, that
if I
didn't
go
work.
to Germany,
Yeah, we tried that. We black women around the world, we tried that. The men went out and sex and bring back home all these light-skinned biracial mixies. And we had, oh yeah, they're black too. And we out here looking a goddamn fool 30 years later. Okay, we tried that. It didn't work. No. Next.
No swirling crew. You know that.
I said fucking. I didn't say marrying.
or I'm forswelling. Please believe me, I'm forswelling. But the community that was better community, take those kids
I
back to
said,
that better
yeah, yeah. I
community.
said, fuck you. I didn't say marrying. I didn't say give your wealth to them. You don't go to Japan. You don't go to China. You don't go to Korea and fuck the Koreans or the Vietnamese. And oh, you had a baby with her. Oh, now here's half of my wealth. And shit. You
No,
didn't marry her.
no, don't drag whatever you bring in, whatever issues you have, confusion back to the Black community. We are confused enough after 500 years of brainwashing. No, we don't need no more. Thank you very much. Take that shit to the whatever community you got it from. Stay there. Go confuse them. Let their mothers wonder, where did we go wrong?
What the hell happened now? What the hell happened now? Because are we still on this subject or are we talking about something else?
I'm saying I'm all
I
for
have no idea,
swirling,
Charles.
but swirl and take that swirling relationship back to the community that you went
Who
to
the
get
fuck
it.
is swirling?
Get that right where you got that relationship.
No,
Take it back
no,
there.
no, god damn it, no. You've been going on for 30 straight goddamn minutes.
Actually, 45 minutes.
Thank you. I correct myself. 45 minutes. Thank you, Chaos.
Thanks, I'm that good.
Hold up. Let me finish because you've been going at it for 10 minutes. I just spoke to my lady for about 10 good minutes. Was I not muted?
Yeah, you were muted.
Y'all had the whole floor. Nobody swirls. Who the fuck swirling? Personally, I don't even like white women. I don't even find them attractive.
Listen,
I'm gonna be
human beings gonna do what you're gonna do, but what you do and why you do it is gonna have to be considered.
Give a fuck about what people do? If that motherfucker's married to a white woman and he's supporting the community, fuck it, fine. Who cares?
So why can't he support the community from where he get the woman from?
Guess what? You gotta ask that individual. Maybe the community didn't want that type of man.
Listen. Let's
we
take
never
Byron.
say that, do we?
Let's take Byron
We never
Allen.
say that part, do we?
Where is Byron?
Maybe the community didn't want that man.
Where is Byron Allen living up right now? Is he living in a black neighborhood?
Would a billionaire live in a black neighborhood?
Hey, there are black billionaires. This is some basic shit. So they can do that. He can help, and he can help from a distance, and so can the black woman that's well. But they can confuse that community, not ours. We have enough confusion. Take whoever you're married to and stay over there. Shine, win, get that money, get that privilege, get that prestige over there.
Do that. I want to spend some money in the black community and then make it flourish. I'm saying, I say, we know we're not going to take it too hardly, but we'll take that money. You feel me? I'm saying for all swirlers. I'm saying, black first, my niggas. Give that some money. Oh, you with a white girl? All right, we don't like that, but you got money? Yeah, all right, come put it to the community. Good. I like that. Respect that. You know what I'm saying? Make yourself useful. And that goes for the swirling chicks too. You got that?
Exactly. I mean, this is complicated.
Pull some money and put back in the black community. All right? You feel me? You're not doing that? Take your shit over there.
Exactly. Exactly. This ain't hard.
Remember, listen. At the end of the day, make yourself useful. If you're gonna go and what do you call it? Procreate out. If you're not doing that, I don't want to hear shit. You know what I'm saying? The only reason why I mentioned Byron Allen is because he's doing something that is very present that this government is going to try to lock black people and put them back in slave days permanently. So niggas better wake the fuck up. Anybody else? It got silent in here, man. I'm gonna run my damn mouth. Damn, Cynthia's going ham in the chat room. What the hell? Now I'm looking at the chat room and say, what the hell's going on here?
I can't see the chat.
No, don't worry about chat. Chat's not really as.
They're going in on me, aren't they? I can take it because although it may sound personal, it's not personal. Everybody is coming from it from their own personal perspective, not personally to me, so yeah. Whatever. I'm not gonna lose any sleep over it. But this was nice. This was nice.
Yeah.
Thank you very much for having me on.
Yeah, Max
I
like
really appreciate it.
yeah, different people on. Yeah. Anyway, but my advice to all people, if you watch any form of slave movie, you know what I'm saying, let somebody watch it first and then report to us, see if it lives out to what expected. If not, don't buy waste your money. Because obviously they're pushing agendas, they're pushing feminism, they're pushing swirlism, they're pushing black, effeminized black males. They push all type of degenerate to make us look bad. So do not do it at all. Don't
And
get
I say do that for every piece of art and entertainment that they put out for Black people, because they study.
you wish they would be doing that, but they're not gonna do that. So I tell most people.
Well, I'm sorry, but the dark-skinned women and the dark-skinned crew, we dark skinned females are paying attention to it. I'm paying
Are you
attention
dark
to
skinned?
Trinidad. Yes.
You're a dark skinned Trinidad?
Yes.
Yeah,
And
jet black. So come on, see a actual picture of you. Like a simple picture. A cultural picture.
My social media is the exact same name. So I'm the same name on Facebook. If you go to the tab on my Google or YouTube.
Oh, let me look it up right now. Give me 1 second.
You can follow me to